Hello everybody, I'm back here today to do my video. I'm sorry I've been missing for a few weeks. I had a horrible cold over Christmas and work and life just got in the way. And if I'm honest, up until last weekend, I didn't really have an awful lot to talk about because I've not really been feeling the books, which has been really rubbish because the books are my thing. But excitingly, the reading slump is now over, and I'm here today to tell you about the 4 books that have got me excited about reading again, which is wonderful, and it means I've read almost 20 books this month already because I was so excited again. So, here are the books, no particular order. Right, so, up until last weekend, the last 5-star book I read was in August, and in August it was, can I see it? This wonderful book here, The Art of Being Normal. And ever since then I've not picked up a 5-star book, and then suddenly last weekend I got a great big huge load of parcels come through the door, and 4 of the books I read in one go on Saturday. My husband was watching Star Trek at the moment. That's all he does, so I read. Suddenly, I had 5 4-star reads. Oh, wait, around. 4 5-star reads to talk about. Here they are, in no particular order. 1. Arsenic for Tea by Robin Stevens. It's just wonderful. I love it because it reminds me of all these boarding school stories that I read as a kid, all my Enid Blytons. They mention people being bricks. It's just the best. I almost want to read some Agatha Christie now. And I've never had that compulsion before. But I kind of do. Yeah. Yay. Then, after I finished that Saturday morning, about 10, I then picked up this book. I know. I've waited for ages for this book. I've followed Nicole on Twitter for what seems forever, and I always liked her humour and the way she is, and I've met her in person. She's exactly the same. And this turned up, and I was like, oh! And it's so good. I want Louise to be my best friend, and there's so much about her that is me. When you look at the way she worries about things, and she worries about her friends, and she knits stuff, and it's just the best. And all the pop cultural references are just awesome. I love it. You all need to buy that one. It's out in April though, so you have to wait. Right, up next, The Last Leaves Falling by Sarah Benwell. I purely read it because I'd heard other people say lots and lots of good things, and I was a little bit worried that it was going to be a bit too out there for me, and all the sort of misconceptions I had about it were completely wrong because they were. I don't even know why I thought those things, but it's good. It's so good, and it's so sad, and it's so good, and it's worth looking at. Yes. And then finally, We Are All Made of Molecules is just the best as well. I've actually seen a lot of people talking about this, like Melissa Cox on Twitter, and then Phil Earle, and Phil knows. Phil knows about all the books. Phil knew about this one, and he knew about the Lisa Williamson one. He knows about the books, and he generally sort of gets my reading sort of preferences and the things I like, and he said, "You need this one, Kirsty." And I was like, okay. And he got it sent to me by his friend Anderson Press because he's lovely. I love Phil. Can we just take a minute to appreciate Phil Earle? Phil Earle, you are the best. We love you, all of us, because you're wonderful. Not only for your own books, but also for recommending books like this to me. I do love Phil Earle. He's always so like, oh, I'm just a bit rubbish when he's talking about his books, and they're just so good, and he's just awesome. Phil Earle, we salute you. Yes, we do. So yeah, this book, it's brilliant. It flips backwards and forwards between the story of Ashley, who's like 15-year-old sort of cool girl, thinks she's awesome, she's there with her flippy hair, and it's just all like, oh, look at me. And then she's got this little, he's not her stepbrother, but his family, his dad has moved in with her mum, so that sort of dynamic. Stuart, who, I don't know if it actually ever says, but definitely is quite autistic and very, very bright. And they ended up in the same school together, and just looking at their life as they adjust to being friends, or not friends, living together. And I also liked the sort of message it had about family. It has also features a gay father. Ashley's father turns out to be gay, and it looks at her come to terms with that. And it's just awesome. That was also Saturday. I had a really good Saturday. I really did. I am concerned that I'm not going to have another Saturday for a while. But though that Saturday was good, this Saturday I've just gone has been good. I've been down to the Scholastic Bloggers Book Feast, and that was awesome. And I finished 5 books over the course of the day because I wasn't on the train for 6 hours. It was the best. Okay, so I'm going to stop wittering like an insane thing, because I generally am, and yes, I am still in my pyjamas. But yes, reading recommendations. I am out my book slump. Go and read this, or this, or this, or this. Except you can only probably buy these at the moment. But add to your wish list these.